Hey fans, here we are. We are at Center Hill Lake in Tennessee, and we got a cool project going on here today. We are building mossback fish habitat structures. These are actually 40-inch conservation cubes, but fish structure is what it's all about. Having habitat for the bass and for the prey is so important. I mean, I always tell people, I compare it to imagine a open field. And if there's one tree in an open field, if there's cows in the field, they're going to go to that tree. We as humans, same thing. If there's an open field and there's nothing around, we want to build a house. So we're building houses for the prey and the predators. The bluegill, the shad, the crawfish, and ultimately the bass. And these are mossback fish habitats. These are what they call conservation cubes. And as you can see, they have a really tight area in the middle where your prey can go and feel safe. But once that prey gets out of there and gets out here a little more in the open, guess what happens? They become, food for the bass. The bass can get in here. So why do we need cover? It's one, because it creates a place for the bass to hide and hang out, but it makes them easier for us to then figure out where they're located and how to catch them. I mean, obviously with the technology with forward-facing sonar, that's one thing, and fish do roam around, but it's so much easier to know a target and know that if I throw it at this mossback fish habitat, more than likely there's going to be at least one or two or three, or who knows, a whole school of bass hanging around that piece of cover. So instead of just having to find fish that are roaming around, you get this piece of cover, you've got a target to cast to, and have better fishing in return. Predators need good fish habitat because they need a place to live and hang out themselves, where they rest and hang out and feel comfortable. But two, the habitat creates a place for the prey to live, to congregate, which it makes it easier then for the bass to eat those prey as well. So another big thing these provide is shade. Shade for everybody is security and comfort. Obviously on a sunny day, we want to be in the shade, or it's an area that warms up as well. If the sun gets on these and they want to warm up a little bit, they can do that. But the other big thing is a lot of our fisheries, as they age, they tend to lose a lot of their natural cover. The trees, the brush deteriorate over time. A lot of the lakes are, the aquatic vegetation is taking a hit from the recreational anglers that don't like the vegetation, so they treat it. So this is just another way of providing habitat for your prey and for your bass. So ultimately, it's going to create a lasting fishery that's going to last forever. And that's the neat thing about these. These are made out of material that's going to last forever. These things we're going to put these in the lake today, and they're going to outlast us. I mean, these things don't break down like a tree. I mean, if you've ever seen it, you put a Christmas tree in a lake, and it might be pretty for a year or two, but then in a couple years in, they're just deteriorated to just basically a stump. So they don't last long. Where these, they'll last forever. And once they get into a fishery, they just make it better and better. And I really recognize this. Many years back, we were at Lake Havasu in Arizona, and Lake Havasu was a lake that similar aging lake, didn't have a lot of structure or cover in it, but the state had done a lot of fish habitat improvements, and it was amazing how it changed that fishery and turned it into the amazing fishery it is. So with the efforts that we're doing here with Major League Fishing and with Tennessee to put these things into this lake, it's just going to make it that much better and provide for future generations. So good fish habitat is important no matter where you're at, where you're fishing. More habitat is going to create more prey and more bass to go with them. So no matter where you're at, add some more fish habitat.
Oh, no, it ain't. Oh, he was here. He rented a house there. Me and me here for like a week. Oh, he kept them. Yeah. Yeah. I guess because y'all can't be on that house. Yeah, that's exactly they all. Here's my thing. Right. Yeah.
Popular too, mossback, man.
Oh yeah, they're great people.
Real barren, and then there's been some support. He's stuck, quitting stuff.
Fixing to have a moss back test facility.
Got the guide holes again, also?
We got a little 3/4 acre one in the backyard, and it is all to do to keep it going.
Yeah, just inherited
Okay.
some land.
So, you can
I want
reach
to
in
put
the
a pond
tube.
on it, but
Just the farther out.
What would the bottom deck be, and how high up would you do this?
It just would vary. I mean, depending on the type of fish you want. Like for mahi, you'd put it close to the surface. You'd have to be 60, 80 miles out and 100 plus foot of water. There you have it.
So you
Just a matter of minutes. It's ready to go. 100 foot at least. Everything out there, the deeper the better.
And then, I got one.
Okay, we need to go bring the other bar over.
We got it. I heard being it's like a school guy. Drop it here. And you go to the hall.
So here we are, we're taking some cinder blocks down, and that cinder blocks go to the bottom of them, sink to the bottom, and they're there forever.